Here at the friendly confines, Wrigley Field. Baseball coming up on this Memorial Day. It's the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Chicago Cubs. With my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. Chris, one guy having a big year for this club, leading the team in home runs and runs batted in, Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, Boog, he's one of the pillars of this lineup. And when you have a guy like that that's so consistent and so productive, you want to make sure you can do whatever you can to get him to the plate. Get him as many at-bats as you can in a ball game. If you do that, you got a really good chance of scoring a lot of runs.
First pitch coming your way next. Just about ready to go. Today's starting pitcher, Jordan Wicks. But Chris, he hasn't exactly been stellar here on his home mound.
Well, I'll say this. Every player wants to perform well at their home ballpark, in front of their fans, in front of the city. And you know this guy no different. He wants to be more effective here. So, you look at the numbers. They haven't been great at home. I'm sure he wants to turn that around, and we'll see if he's able to start that in this one.
Ke'Bryan Hayes in the box now as he leaves that one up high. Close one, doesn't get the call. 2 balls, no strikes.
2-0.
And there's the strike.
For whatever reasons, this is a hitter that performs better in night games. We'll see what he brings in this one.
And another ball. And that's ball 4.
That's ball 4. Runner taking base.
Well, he tried to nibble right there and just missed his spot. Hitter didn't offer at it. Now he has somebody to worry about over at first.
On the north side of Chicago, John Shambi and Chris Singleton. Here's the second baseman, Liover Peguero. And there's the strike.
0-1.
Hayes gets his lead at first. Nobody out. That pitch clips the outside corner. And the count is 0-2. At the belt and fires. And a swing and a miss. And one away.
Well, there's a small sigh of relief right there. I mean, just to keep that speed off the base paths. It's not just the pitcher. It's other guys that have to think about it. From your infielders have to think about that runner potentially stealing, but also be in position to make a play. As an outfielder, you're thinking about a base hit to the outfield. I got to get to it quickly to try to keep this guy from taking an extra base. So I think everyone just a little more relaxed that he didn't reach base.
Ryan Reynolds here. The pitch. And that's off the inside edge. And that's ball 1. This to center field. Bellinger drifts towards it. He's got it. Here's the Pirates lineup now. And so far this year, this has not been a very good offense.
Well, in this day and age, if you can't slug and get on base, that OPS has to be at a certain level. If you're going to produce runs, give your pitchers an opportunity as they're facing tough offenses as well.
Here's O'Neal Cruz. Good power, not great in the OBP department. There's a strike.
It's 0-1.
And that one a little below the knees. And now it's even 1-1. 2 gone, but the go-ahead run is at first here in game 1 of this 3-game set. Ouch, that one drilled him. Can't pick it up with the bare hand. And no shot to get him at first. There's 2 aboard. And now they'll hustle out to check on him. That was quite a shot he took as you see him down on a knee.
Yeah, clearly in some real pain, but he will not want to come out of this game if he doesn't have to. It's looking to me like he's going to try to shake it off and continue.
First and second, 2 down. Henry Davis now at the plate. And that one fouled off.
Well, the best way to shake off yesterday's struggles is to get on the board early. They've got a guy in scoring position. They've got to find a way here to get him in.
The pitch. Fought off foul. 2 outs. Couple of base runners at first and second. That's down and in. A slider missed. Wouldn't chase that time. And another ball. Jack Sawinski in the on-deck circle. Outside, and that is ball 4.
2 walks in the first has to be some cause for concern. I mean, you're talking about a guy you want to pitch deep into the ball game. It's not going to help with the pitch count right there. They can't afford to hand out free bases at this rate.
Next to hit, Jack Sawinski. Hard hit left side. On to Horner. Out to escape a bases loaded jam unscathed. Pirates leave him loaded. Now the Cubbies will get their first crack. No score. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. Back here with my pal Siggy, and getting the start, Domingo Germán.
Well, he's been a very dependable starter for his club, and what stands out for me is that left-handed hitters have really struggled batting below 200 against him, and it just tells me they have a hard time tracking the baseball. Maybe it's the release point, maybe it's the motion, but just some way, somehow, they've got to figure out a way to pick it up and try to have some success from the left side.
The wind to kick the pitch. Dansby Swanson in the box now. No balls and a strike.
0-1.
That one fouled off. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. 1 down.
Thought it was a pretty good pitch. Top of the strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
Seiya Suzuki, the next Cub to hit, comes into this one with the 7th best batting average in the NL. That one finds the zone. It's 0-1. And ball 1. 1 out, bases empty. This one lifted in the air, left field. Reynolds gets under it. 2 down. Let's take a look at our lineup. This team can really pile up the runs, Chris. They're among the top teams in scoring this year.
Yeah, and when you can get a lead and be out in front, it really changes what that opposing manager can do with the bullpen. And on top of that, it helps your own pitching staff. It gives them more margin for error. So instead of pitchers squeezing the ball, trying to throw darts and be perfect, they can relax, let the ball come out of their hands, and pitch effectively. So that offense and the ability to score runs also helps the pitching and the defense.
Nico Horner in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike. And a breaking ball drops in for a strike.
This guy's not wasting any pitches. Hitters got to get into swing mode. This is a good time to expand the zone. Throw something maybe down in the dirt.
Swings and misses, struck him out. And the Cubs are down in order. We played an inning, no score. New inning getting started. At the plate for Pittsburgh, Rowdy Tellez.
Rowdy Tellez.
Wicks back to work. Ripped to third and caught.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
Edward Olivares, the next Pirate to hit. And first offering is fouled off.
Able to work out of a little bit of a jam in that first inning.
Olivares measures 6 feet 2 inches in the 8th spot in today's lineup. Usually in left, but today he's starting in right field. No score here in the second. On the ground, Swanson. And a couple of quick outs.
Good slider inside right there. Batter fighting to get there. Just rolled over it. Got the ground ball.
Domingo Germán will hit next.
So easy to look at the big boys in this lineup, but he has been a pleasant surprise all season long.
Fastball for a strike.
No ball. 1 strike.
That one finds the zone, and it's 0-2. And a swing and a miss, and a nice inning of work there as he sets him down 1-2-3. Nothing doing here for Pittsburgh. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Bottom of the inning, and now the center fielder, Cody Bellinger.
The center fielder, Cody Bellinger.
The wind of the pitch. Bellinger is an interesting example when you talk about scouting and development. I mean, this is a guy now that has turned into one of the premier power hitters in the sport. He was a 4th-round pick out of Hamilton High School in Chandler, Arizona in 2013. He hit 1 homer his senior year. Our umpire behind the plate, Jerry Hillsdale. High praise for Jerry when we talk to people around the game.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Boog. He's very straightforward, very consistent back there. So most of the time, you're not even going to think about it. That's a good thing.
Snags it on the run. And there's one away.
The left fielder,
Ian Happ up to hit. Singy, what kind of strike zone is most frustrating for hitters?
I'd say off the plate, away, and down. And why? Those are the toughest locations to hit the baseball.
One down, base is empty. Ground ball up the middle. Cruz. Now the throw to first on the run. That's out number 2.
I love how guys at this level are able to slow the game down, whether it's in the batter's box or on defense. And right there, that was a good job of knowing just how much time he had. We talk about that internal clock. He was able to gather himself, get a good grip, and make an accurate throw across the diamond.
Christopher Morel stands in now, looks at that one inside.
Well, off to a great start. He's really cruising out there on the mound. He's got a chance to get through these first 2 innings with under 20 pitches. That could set him up to go deep into this game.
That one ran inside, almost got him.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Swing and a miss.
2-1.
2 outs, base is empty. And another ball.
3-1.
Swings and misses. Full count now.
Full count.
The pitch. Fights it off. He'll see another. Spoils a two-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Righty delivers. The right-hander gives up the two-out walk. That's a great at-bat. He saw a lot of pitches and earned a walk.
One of the things about that two-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a two-out RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you are the offensive side of it.
Michael Bush stands in now and watches strike one. That misses the zone. 1-1.
1-1.
On the ground, right side, Aguero. And that's the third out. Cubs leave one. We'll move to the third with no score. Top half of the third inning, and now the Pirates leadoff man, Ke'Bryan Hayes. Wicks back to work. That's in for a strike. And a pitch. And a foul ball. The 0-2. And a curve is down and in.
0-2 count. You got the opportunity to expand the zone. Could get the chase there. Let's see what he comes back with next.
Here's a 1-2. Stays alive.
Well, they gave up on that pitch early, and it ended up staying in the zone. I'm sure he's kicking himself and would like that pitch again.
Kicks and fires. Off the mark there. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking at bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put him away.
Misses. 3-2 now.
Just missing off the plate there, according to the umpire, and out there on the mound, maybe trying to get an explanation. Can't say he's convinced, but it looks like he's accepted it.
Back to work. 3-2 now. This one smacked out to left center. Tracks it down for the out. And there's one down.
Man, he smoked that fastball. It's all over it. It's just frustrating when you can't get it to fall. Maybe next time up he'll find a hole.
Liover Peguero, the next to hit.
Struck out on just 3 pitches last time.
Here's a strike.
0-1.
Out in front and foul to the left side. Got him swinging on the curveball. That's out number 2.
Well, take a look at the 3-pitch sequence here. Pretty simple in terms of putting them away at the plate. Once you're ahead 0-2 as a pitcher, you can really expand the zone and see how aggressive that hitter is going to be trying to protect and battle. And right there, clearly he was in swing mode, but all you can do is hope to foul that off.
Brian Reynolds, the next Pirate to hit. Swing and a line drive slicing into right field. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And that'll do it. Bucks go down quietly. Still no score. Back here at Wrigley Field. And now the catcher comes up to hit. Miguel Amaya. And here it comes. And a strike.
It's 0-1.
That one finds the corner. And that is strike 2.
And this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And there's one away. And now the pitcher, Jordan Wicks.
It's been a tough stretch for him at the plate. No hits over his last 5 games.
And that one clips the corner.
0-1.
One down, base is empty. Inside corner for a strike. Got him swinging.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way, so credit the pitcher for having him out in front of that pitch. Clearly he had him fooled.
Dansby Swanson stands in.
3-pitch strikeout last time up. Got to put up more of a fight in this one.
Fastball for a strike. 0-1.
0-1.
Still tied at 0. Last of the third. This one in the air, right field. Olivares makes the grab, and that's the inning. On to the fourth, still scoreless. And we're back. Here's the shortstop at the plate, O'Neal Cruz.
This kid picked up in a trade. A lot was offered and given to get him, but he's got a real high ceiling.
The shortstop takes the ball.
So O'Neal Cruz is named after Paul O'Neill. That was his father's idol in baseball, so he named his son O'Neal. In 2022, they finally met each other when the Pirates played the Yankees in New York, and I'm sure that was a moment that O'Neal Cruz will never forget.
Left-hand batter waits. Swing and a miss. And it's 1-2.
He can live up in the zone all game if hitters will chase it. That's just too much velocity. Hitters got to look down in the zone.
Just misses with that one.
It's a good take.
2-2.
And a foul ball, he stays alive. Ripped to short. Swanson fires over to first. Leadoff hitter retired in the fourth.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
And the batter now, Henry Davis.
Kind of a throwback. No batting gloves.
First pitch doesn't find the zone. One down, base is empty. And another ball. Wouldn't chase that time. Fourth inning underway, no score. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
He's gotten into a really good rhythm. Set down 7 in a row. He just wants to get the baseball and deliver it as quickly as possible. Keep the momentum going.
Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. Payoff pitch. Got him. And that quickly 2 away.
Well, kind of a weird pitch and a weird swing on that strikeout. It's just a slider that caught a lot of the plate. I'd say a very hittable location. But in the box, I think he just gave up on it way too early. And by the time he realized it was dropping into the zone, he just fires off a really poor swing.
So next to the plate for Pittsburgh, Jack Sawinski. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Two outs. He swings and fouls one off. And now the lefty. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. The line of the pitch. That misses. And it's 2-2. Two down, nobody on. Top half of inning number 4. Hit hard on the ground is short. Throws to first in time. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. Nothing doing here for Pittsburgh. And we're still knotted at 0. And welcome back to the ballpark. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Now the number 2 hitter, Seiya Suzuki. The right-hander back to work. There's the strike.
You know, these Cubs just lacking discipline at the plate in this ballgame. So many of their outs have come from weak contact on pitches they're chasing outside of the strike zone. You can't do much of anything with those locations, and that's been true again today.
Just missed.
And as a pitcher, when the hitters are swinging at everything, you feel no need to challenge inside the zone. You just keep working the corners and expanding that strike zone and beyond, and they just keep eating right out of your hand.
The throw to first. One up, one down.
The batter, number 2, second baseman, Nico.
Here's Nico Horner. Struck out swinging his first time. He's kind of an outlier, especially when guys are consciously sacrificing contact to deliver power. On the inside corner for a strike.
Yeah, his swing is so good. It's in the zone a long time. He gets the barrel to it a lot, and that produces more base hits.
And a curve is down and in. When you look at the elite teams in the game right now, there is going to be the slug, no question about it. But the really good offensive teams combine slug with more contact, with less swing and miss. 2-1 now. Foul ball there.
Yeah, and the domino effect of that is running up pitch counts on pitchers and then either getting them to a place of fatigue or getting into the bullpen perhaps before you get to those higher leverage arms at the back end.
And the right-hander deals. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 2 gone.
Well, that's a curveball that I'm sure he wants back at the plate. 2 strikes, the sort of pitch you're hoping for. A bit of a mistake, and I'd say in a very hittable location, but clearly the break was enough to get him to swing through it.
Bellinger in the box here. Lets that one go for a ball.
Good purpose pitch right there. Trying to tease him, get him to raise his sights, pop something up, and make it an easy out.
All tied up. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. And that one finds its way through.
Well, when you fall behind in the count, you've got to come into the zone, and then guys have a better chance of hitting the ball hard like you did right there.
And up next for Chicago, Ian Happ. Grounded out his first time up. And a good eye there.
That's low, that's the ball.
Bellinger off of first with 2 away. Next offering in there for a strike. And that is strike 1. Herman picks over. Bellinger dives back. And the righty deals. Rolled softly, but that goes foul. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Righty to the plate. That one just misses the outside corner. And it's 2-2. And that's down and away.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitters got to stay focused on the pitch.
Christopher Morel waiting for a turn at the plate. 3-2 on the way. Swing and a miss, and that is that. So 1 hit is all they get. We're headed to the 5th. We're tied 0-0. We go to the top of the 5th. Here's Rowdy Tellez.
First baseman, number 44, Rowdy Tellez.
As he turns on the rubber, and with that good live arm, delivers. And delivers outside.
You know, these Pirates just aren't putting together very many good at-bats in this one. With just 1 hit in the game, they're clearly frustrated and searching for answers at this point.
And a 1-1. Foul back our way, and that's out of play. That one is upstairs.
Thing about frustration, though, it gets you nowhere as a hitter. It's easy to get there, but the best thing you can do is simplify the approach and take things 1 pitch at a time.
Struck him out looking. Put the bottom of the zone with a curve for strike 3.
Really love the pitch sequence right there. I'm telling you what, pitcher and catcher are on the same page right now.
Now it's the right fielder, Edward Olivares. On the ground to the left. Tosses across to first, and a couple of quick outs.
Now back, the pitcher, Domingo Herman.
Now to the plate, the pitcher, Domingo Herman. He's 0 for 1.
No, that missed. That's a ball.
Two down, nobody on. And there's a ball.
Well, on the mound, very efficient, able to produce an outcome, it seems like, within the 3rd or 4th pitch of just about every at bat.
And he deals. And that one fouled off. Two outs.
No, ball. 3-1.
And it's filled up.
Full count.
The wind and the pitch. Swing and a miss, and he got him. And it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. And 1, 2, 3 go the Pirates. And we are still scoreless. We head to the bottom of the fifth. Here's the third baseman, Christopher Morel. Pretty amazing athlete this guy is. Power and speed, quite a threat. I mean, you're talking about someone that could steal you a bag and go deep. Bo Jackson, anyone? And the 0-1.
When you have a real athletic player and who's able to do the baseball mechanical things really well, look out, because the sky's the limit on that potential.
And a pitch. This to third, and that one finds its way through.
Only 2 hits allowed so far tonight, Boog, so I don't think that one will disrupt his momentum all that much. You know, he's really been on top of his game, commanding his pitches all night long.
And now the first baseman, Michael Busch. 0 for 1 so far.
Taken high in the draft, he's had that top prospect labeled over him since he put on a professional uniform. But at some point, that starts to go away, and you've got to produce at the big league level.
Move to first. Morel back on a dive. Nobody out. Runner at first. The 0-1 is outside, and it's a ball and a strike.
Well, he's really working him away this at bat. Sometimes take a little bit off velocity. Try to get a rollover, something on the ground. Stay away from that big hole on the right side of the infield.
Kicks and deals. Lifted in the air, right field. Olivares moving under it. Makes the catch, and there's one gone.
The catcher, number 9, Miguel Amaya.
And now it's Miguel Amaya. 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time.
Definitely wants to stay out of the double play here. Ball on the ground in the infield. Should be an inning-ending double play.
Inside corner, and that's called a strike. The 0-1. Ground ball right side, and that's just foul.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
0-2 now. Popped up. Cruz holds it in on the run.
The pitcher, number 36,
Jordan Wicks getting ready to hit. He was a strikeout victim his first time. Fouled off. He was late. Wicks goes 6 feet 3 inches, 220 pounds, a former first-round pick in 2021. And the pitch. And there's the strike. Morel off of first with 2 away. Got him swinging. Picks up strikeout number 7. 1 left for the Cubs. 6th inning coming up. Still nothing on the scoreboard. Top 6. Now batting Key Brian Hayes. When you talk about elite defensive third baseman, this guy is at the top of the list. 0-1.
Stud. When you look at players like this, you play that hot corner, got to be pretty courageous over there with the way balls come off the bat. That's the kind of guy
that one ripped, and it stays fair.
Only 2 hits allowed so far tonight, Boog, so I don't think that one will disrupt his momentum all that much. You know, he's really been on top of his game, commanding his pitches all night long.
Go ahead run on base. Now here is Liover Peguero, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. And that one fouled off. The 0-1. Check swing, appeal to first. No, he held up. With the go-ahead run at first, and we're in the top half of the 6th. Next offering is in for a strike.
Well, here's a good opportunity in this inning to get on the scoreboard after that leadoff hit, and Harper Order coming up right behind them. This is where they need to get going.
And a pitch. Fouls it off, still 1-2. The pitch. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And the runner holds.
Well, they've had a great plan of attack for him tonight. I mean, finding all the holes in his swing and his approach, just frustrating for him up there. You strike out a guy 3 times in a game, I think that guy's got to go back and really study some video with his hitting coach, figure out how they're beating him, make this adjustment really quick, because word will get around the league in a hurry.
Up next for the Pirates, Brian Reynolds. Deep drive down the line. Foul ball. And fouled off.
One and two.
In the dirt. And an excellent job keeping it right there. One-two now. That one missed.
Well, he might have to look for a different put-away pitch right here, 2-2. He's already seen the curveball a couple of times in this at-bat, so might have it timed up and ready for it.
And here it comes. That ball is foul, and the pressure is building.
Definitely got the hitter conscious of the pitch inside. Really think the outer half is open.
Got it. That's the second out.
Well, interesting. He's looking very comfortable out of the stretch after giving up the leadoff single. Back-to-back strikeouts, so they haven't been able to move that runner up, get him into scoring position, and try to have a better chance of scoring. I tell you, good job so far on the mound. He just needs one more out.
Cruz up to the plate for the third time as he looks at one down low. At the belt and fires.
It really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good fastball, excellent slider, but they've not been able to commit to one velocity and stay there.
That one misses, and it's 2-1. And a pop-up, right side, foul territory. Catcher tosses the mask, settles under it, makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. Make it 6 shutout innings for him out there now. And we still have no score. Bottom of the 6th inning. Now it's the shortstop, Dansby Swanson. You talk about elite defensive players, especially in the middle of the diamond, and this guy is at the top of the list. Fly ball down the line, and that drops foul.
Yeah, we go beyond just the fielding percentage and what it looks like, but the ability to have range and close holes that are normally there against an average defender. But this guy is special, and you can see it in his first step quickness.
He's got it. One away.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
Seiya Suzuki, the next Cub to hit. In the air out towards right center. Olivares sizing it up. And he makes the catch. And there's 2 away.
The batter, number 2, second baseman.
Nico Horner, the next Cub to hit. Chris, baseball today, so many strikeouts, and they are available to pitchers. But this is a guy that puts the bat on the ball and is kind of different from the players that we see day in, day out. That's in there. It's 0-1. And it's fouled away. The 0-2. Got him looking. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. Back here at the friendly confines. And now here is Henry Davis. Wicks back to work. Swing and a ball popped up. Bush pulls that one down, and there's 1 down.
Now that the center fielder.
Here's the center fielder, Jack Sawinski.
This pitcher's done a good job of disrupting the hitter's timing with the mix of pitches and changing speeds. You want to keep that front foot inconsistent for the batter. Their swings are hesitant, and that's exactly what you want on the mound.
Lifted in the air, right center field. Puts it away for the out.
Well, timing is the key to great hitting, and right now that door is still locked. They haven't been able to figure out pitch sequences, and it's impacting them across the board.
And now it's Rowdy Tellez. And a big swing and a miss.
I really like how he's been attacking hitters early in at bats. He's thrown strikes on the first pitch to over 70% of the guys he's faced in this one.
To the right side. Dives, but it kicks off his glove. He doesn't have a throw. He's in safely, and now there's a runner at first. Here comes Craig Counsell, and we're going to see a pitching change. Jordan Wicks will depart, and we'll be back with their first arm out of the pen after a quick break. New pitcher on now, Mark Leiter Jr.
Well, he's had trouble at times keeping the ball in the park this season. Something to keep in mind here.
So 2 down, and now the right fielder, Edward Olivares. Close, but called a ball. And that is ball 1. Here comes a pitch. Swing and a tapper that rolls foul. The pitch. And there's a foul ball. Swing and a miss, and he chases that one in the dirt. And it's in time for the third out, so that'll end the inning. Back here at Wrigley Field, set for the last half of the seventh. And now it's going to be Cody Bellinger. Wanting to kick the pitch. That one fouled off.
You know, these Cubs need to bring up the quality of their at-bats and specifically their swings. They're trying to find ways to drive the ball with some authority, but it's just not happening for them so far. 0 extra base hits in the game, so it's been tough for them to get anything going.
Right-hander kicks, deals. And ball one.
Sometimes you have to keep chipping away until you break through, but it's a lot easier to put runs on the board when you have guys in scoring position because they put themselves there.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. Now it's the switch hitting outfielder, Ian Happ, the Happ Daddy.
That's a ball.
That one finds the zone. That's strike one. And another ball.
2-1 the count now. He hasn't seen a fastball yet, but you've got to be ready to hit one because you doubt the pitcher wants this to go to a 3-1 count.
On the ground right side. Peguero throws to first. 2 up, 2 down.
Number 5.
And now Christopher Morel.
He's a big, strong guy, can untie this game with one swing.
First offering, and it just misses.
Definitely a frustrating day for the offense, but when they look at it, this guy's had his best stuff. With painting the corners, working on the edges, and changing speeds. Just a difficult one. You tip your cap.
Fought off foul. One now. This one chopped on the ground, but foul.
Pretty impressive. We haven't seen that pitch from him much, but he's got a really good feel when he throws it.
Next offering upstairs. 2 down, nobody on. Here, the bottom of the 7th. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. And a swing and a miss. And the Cubs go 1-2-3. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Yency Almonte.
And he's done a great job keeping the ball in the park this year. The numbers stack up with some of the best in the game.
Now a pinch hitter coming on for the Pirates, Andrew McCutchen.
Pretty surprised they're going with the pitcher off the bench here, Boog. I mean, they must be trying to save what they have left in terms of position players for later or something.
The pitch. Top of the zone, and it's called a strike. Righty delivers. Swing and a high fly ball to left. Happ moving under it. And there's one down.
Well, such a confidence boost for a reliever to come into the ball game and get the first hitter he faces. Just makes everything slow down a little bit, and then from there can really settle in.
Key Brian Hayes now at the plate. 1 for 2. That one finds the zone. That's strike 1. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Jose Cisnero up and throwing for manager Craig Counsell. Thompson getting cranked up as well. The pitch. Swing and a miss. And the count is 0-2.
0-2.
On the ground to third. Down the line, and it's foul. Base is empty, one away, and we're in the top of the 8th. Next pitch, not close, up high. And that's downstairs and outside. One down, base is empty. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Kicks and fires. Misses off the plate. And the count's full. Liover Peguero waits on deck. Good battle here. About to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Outside, and that is ball 4. It wasn't easy, but he earned that walk after a long at-bat.
Well, that's a nice job of grinding out that at-bat. Saw a lot of pitches and ends up drawing the walk. Very gritty.
One down. Now it's the second baseman, Liover Peguero. And that one's a little bit low. 1-0.
One ball.
If you're a base runner, you got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get into scoring position.
Next offering in there for a strike. And it's 1-1. Fouled off. He was late. One away. Tie game. Go ahead run stands at first. And another ball. And a 2-2. Got it! And he's gone for the 4th time tonight.
Just indecisive in that at bat. He couldn't commit to the slider. Tried to sit in between. Just not able to put the bat on the ball.
At the plate for Pittsburgh, Brian Reynolds. He swings and misses at the first pitch. 0-1.
0-1.
Two gone. The possible go-ahead run at first. Hard hit, right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Marco Gonzalez.
Big swing and miss stuff right here, Boog. Averaging more than 1 strikeout per inning this season. So far, he's been pretty electric.
So up now for Chicago, Michael Busch.
You know, this is kind of a tough matchup as a left-handed hitter facing a left-handed pitcher. What you tell yourself is, I want to stay square to the plate. Try to hit the ball over the shortstop's head.
Movement in the bullpen. Jose Hernandez loosening up in case he's called upon by Derek Shelton. Left-hand batter waits. And that one fouled off. Late with the swing there.
1-2 is the count.
Yeah, that's outside. Yeah, that's ball 2.
2-2.
He fouls it off. We'll do it again. 2-2 now. Here's a high chopper. Throw is high and over his head. And it's going to wind up out of play.
For the offense, that's basically as good as a leadoff double. You got a man in scoring position. Great chance to put something on the board right now. So we'll see how they approach it. On the mound, he's feeling some early pressure that he's got to try to work through.
Digging in, Miguel Amaya. Not even close there. Ball one. Wouldn't chase that time. And a foul ball makes the count 2-1. With the go-ahead run standing at second here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. And it's strike 2.
2-2 is the count.
The pitch. Rips one to right. And it's just foul. That was close. And a pitch. Ground ball to the middle. That's a base hit. Here comes the runner. Here's the throw. It's offline, and he scores. And it's 1-0. A perfect example right there. That plate discipline, it pays off.
The deeper he gets into a count, the more comfortable he becomes, and he usually wins the battle.
Pinch hitter coming on, Austin Slater.
And this is a big at-bat coming, Boo. Definitely a little added pressure on him here.
There's a strike. Gonzalez, in his 8th season, he features a 4-seam fastball, a changeup, a curve, and occasionally uses a cutter. Runner at first with no outs here. And there's a foul ball. And the pitch. Foul ball, still 0-2. And a pitch. To first, maybe a 2-ball. Fires to second for 1, and that's 2.
For me, that's one of the toughest double plays to turn on the infield. The first baseman has to get inside, create a throwing lane to hit that middle infielder to start the double play, and then from there completing it back to first. Really good job all the way around.
Back to the leadoff spot in the Cubs lineup. Dansby Swanson digs in now. In there, and it's 0-1.
No balls, 1 strike.
Two down, bases empty, but 1 run across here in game 1 of this 3-game set. That one catches the zone, and it's 0-2.
All right, now, he may have not liked either of those first 2 pitches or agreed with the umpire's calls, but at this point, he's going to have to bear down and be ready to hit anything close to the zone.
Out to short. Cruz out to first. That ends the frame. But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single. Last chance coming up for the Pirates. We're back, and on the mound is the closer, Adbert Alzolay.
Now, this is an extremely confident pitcher. He loves the pressure. Actually likes the 1-run game better than a comfortable 3-run save opportunity because that's when he pitches his best.
And he deals. Cruz stands in here, leaves that one off the inside.
1 ball, no strike.
Looking to get the tying run on base. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock.
Everything came together for him. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws. And now a chance to maybe get creative on offense with good speed on first.
Henry Davis, the next Pirate to hit. Pickoff throw. Cruz back in standing.
Base runner with a one-way lead right there. All he's trying to do is get a look at the pitcher's move. Had no intent of stealing on that pitch.
In the dirt. Nice job behind the plate there. Right down to shoot, and the count 1-1.
Goodness, I think he just took the best pitch he's going to see in this at bat. You don't get many like that in that location. I don't know if you take that pitch against any pitcher out there on the mound.
And that one fouled off. A 1-run lead here at the top of the ninth. In the dirt, blocked. To second, but way too late, safe there. So a wild pitch allows the runner to advance.
As a closer, he's out there in that role for a reason, but even they lose the handle on one here and there, especially with all the nasty stuff coming out of bullpens these days. He's making it a little interesting here.
So the tying run at second. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And a strikeout for the first out here in the ninth.
Well, that slider down and away, it's just kind of a slow death. With 2 strikes you're looking to protect, and halfway to the plate, you know you've committed, and you know you're going to have no chance of touching it. Tell you what, sometimes you just have to tip your cap.
He's 2 outs away. And now the center fielder, Jack Sawinski. And that one is in for a strike.
Well, comfortable or not, these are the situations closers, they seem to live for. I mean, you get into some hot water, a jam, tough spot, whatever you want to call it, but this is where they earn their keep.
Next pitch downstairs, and 1-1. Man at second. On the ground, and it goes just foul. And the righty deals. Swing and a miss. That's a strikeout. And they're down to their last out. So next to the plate for Pittsburgh, Rowdy Tellez. Trying to deliver as the hero. First pitch misses.
Definitely a swing and miss slider down and in. He finished that really well. Just couldn't get him to offer at it.
Right-handed reliever. Lifted to left, and this should do it. He's got it. Ball game. And the Cubs claim the win here behind some great pitching and defense.
Well, this one was all about the pitching and defense. Outstanding job of the pitchers, really attacking hitters, trusting what the catcher was putting down, and trusting the players standing behind him to make the plays defensively. Sometimes you want to see a high-scoring game, but sometimes you can appreciate the artistic beauty of what these pitchers did on the mound today.
1-0 the final. The Cubs go home a winner. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long.
lines for tonight. First for the victorious Chicago Cubs. 1 run on 3 hits. No errors. They left 3 runners on base. For the Pirates, no runs, 4 hits. 1 error. They left 7 runners on base. Time of the ball game, a swift 2 hours and 19 minutes. Thank you for joining us here tonight. And we remind you to please drive home safely.